Rublev. Let's do it. It's that time, man. KB, what's up? Chemo! How are you doing? What are we doing today? You're switching to Monday? Good. Live drawing class is a better model. Delicious oil paints. Yes, Shakuri. Want to eat it, don't you? But you can't. I learned the hard way. Hello, Chemo. So you switched the Monday night class, right? That's what you did? It's the best mage in your building today? In the building. Nobody else plays. Hey, we got up to 1785 this weekend, and then it got knocked back down. We're at like 1724. I think we're going to get Rival. I think we'll get it. I think we still have about a month. So. I learned the hard way. I ordered some quinacridone red, actually quinacridone rose red, and then I ordered some magenta because Shadowmia was talking about magenta. I need a replacement for Alizarin Crimson because I think Alizarin Crimson fades over time, and I want the paintings to maintain the vibrancy which I so easily paint into them. Right? Correct grammar. The new Monday is late. Oh, the model on Monday. So it's okay. Got it. Yeah. I mean, that makes a huge difference. It really does, having a lazy model, especially ones that aren't punctual. They don't show up. Last week, I couldn't get in touch with the model that said they were going to come. Unfortunately, I do check in with them, and there's one person who's actually very proactive. And so, last week I didn't get a model. This week I spent some time just this morning setting it up, and I have somebody who's very proactive with this stuff. So it should be good. The model on Monday is the massively muscular black man who's super imaginative on the poses. Nice. Do y'all do? I'd imagine you probably do quicker poses. Like you start out 5 or 10 minutes and work up to like, or you probably start like 2 or 3 minute poses, work up in time. That's the format of a lot of classes. So I like to tell myself about being the best artist in my building. I bet you are, man. Had no idea models could be lazy. I have some stories for you, Shikari. I struggled today because we added graphite lines to charcoal and it's tough. Yeah, I can see that being tough. Have you ever disclosed which brands of oil paint you use? I've watched a few of your videos. I don't think you mentioned it. Yeah, so I'm pretty loose with it. For the most part, my go-to is Michael Harding's. I really like him, except for the yellow ochre. Yellow ochre for him is very potent, and it just absorbs all the colors. It's probably a very high, probably a high quality yellow ochre, but it doesn't work for how I use it. Yellow ochre is more of a foundation for what I put on to everything else. So so I've also experimented with using Blue Ridge oil paint. They used to have very good lead white, but I think they started putting like safflower oil into the paints, which is not good. So I'm not recommending Blue Ridge anymore. And I didn't use them a lot. I kind of experimented with them recently. In fact, I think this black might be Blue Ridge, but I in fact just ordered some Michael Harding. So Michael Harding's is my go-to for ivory black, the ultramarine blue, cobalt blue. This is cadmium red deep. I also have just regular cadmium red. And then the Kremnitz white is very good. Now, Rublev is solid. This is good. You get this from Natural Pigment Company. And Rublev is very good lead white. And I got the number 2. The number 1 has linseed oil in it. This has walnut oil. I just like walnut oil because it doesn't have the linoleic acid. It's not going to yellow as much. At least that's what I think. But both are good. Both are great. So let's see, Rublev is very good. And then Williamsburg is very good oil paint, and I should probably be going to them more. I have not really, I don't think I've bought paint from them, but I know that it's a high quality brand, and they're one of those companies that you can find a lot of knowledge. Like they'll tell you how to prepare the canvas, like rabbit skin glue and all that stuff. That I don't take the time to do right now. So, yeah. Coquette, what's up, Crockett? I'm healing tonight, by the way, Crockett. I lost the bet with Sloan, which actually, we just placed a bet for fun. I knew he was going to win. Most brands have alizarin permanent, which doesn't fade. Alizarin permanent. I didn't see alizarin permanent on Michael Harding, so I'll have to find that. Alizarin permanent. So, yeah, I'll order some of that. Thanks, Hello Camo. I appreciate that. Poses 30-second poses times 10, 5 minutes for the motion poses. The motion poses with a woman on Wednesday. She moves so slow that you do 3 sketches, and she only moved 1 arm. A long pose that she always just lies down. Yeah. I think we are probably playing tonight, though Miz, I feel like he's been very busy and kind of, you know how he kind of burns out. He fades in, he fades out. BH, Williamsburg, okay, it's pretty thick. Williamsburg, if you like Harding, I think it's too, so Williamsburg you're saying is thick. The thing with, it's better, in my opinion, it's better to have thicker paint because you can always oil it down some. So I actually went to Rublev. I put some Rublev on the palette here because I want to have a little bit more of that feel. What's up, Gears? The second best. I know you said mage in this chat. This is probably true. Did you get your mage up? We're not nerds here. Okay. Checking to see if this is dry, which I think it is enough to oil out. So I'm just going to do it with some walnut oil, which is right here. Got it? Make that third. Just like that. Your effects, it's a matter of time before you play with us. I know it is. You got bored. That class is dumb. What do you mean dumb? Oh, it's too easy. Is that what you're saying? Oh, it's too easy. I play a hunter. I'm used to complexity. I'm actually trying to thin the darks out a little bit by just rubbing it in. So we're at that stage where I can still do that. I'm trying to keep it thin, transparent. It shouldn't take too long. I'm just being very sparing with the walnut oil because I don't want it. You don't want to flood it, right? You don't want to like really saturate everything. So I'm actually trying to take some of the paint up as I do this just to keep it thin because I can always place more paint, but you don't want it too thick in the darks, right? Thicker than Old Holland, but Old Holland's good too. But high pigment stuff. Okay. Well, I know Williamsburg is a good paint. I haven't used it, and I should. I probably should. My thing is especially because most of the time, when especially on YouTube, if people are searching for videos or whatever, most of the time they're people who are trying to learn. Perhaps beginners or intermediate. And the main thing to do at that point, it doesn't matter as much, in my opinion, the quality of the paint. It's good to know. It's good to know. But the main thing when you're starting is just learning the basics because the quality is going to be lost on you. It's like that. It's the point where like better materials will push it that much further. But what's going to be holding you back if you don't have the fundamentals? This is the fundamentals, right? So. Oh, deep freeze? That was a long time ago, man. And you have snowdrift. It feels dull to play. Gotcha. Because you don't know what you're doing and you're not that smart. That's why you have me to help you. And you didn't even ask. Not even proactive. Just play arcane in threes for fun matches. Would that be Michael Harding's Indian Red you use with your limited palette? Actually, Indian Red is what I have been using. I just wanted to mix it up with the Cobalt or the Cadmium Red Deep. This one. So if I was going limited palette, what we learned at the Florence Academy was Ivory Black, English Red, Kremnitz White, and Yellow Ochre, right? Those 4 paints. We wouldn't have any blue or anything like that, so that's what I would use. I have found English Red and Indian Red are closer than the other reds, obviously. So I guess most of the time you don't throw in the cadmium, but I can dull it down with my mixtures of black, and it makes it a little bit different. I put the deep in for the more purplish feel, softer feel for it, but it's so subtle, and I can offset that very easily if I want. And the Indian Red that I was using, it was when I was when I was experimenting with Blue Ridge Oil Company. So I have that paint. I have not tried Michael Harding's Indian Red. I think Michael Harding's Indian Red is actually cheaply priced. And I should try that. Because Michael Harding's he's one of these like, I actually met the man too when I was training. It's when he was first starting to, he used to hand grind his paints and then he got a machine and stuff, and then now he's starting to get bigger. But one of his things is he tries to make the paints, he doesn't put the fillers in and all that stuff. He tries to, if something's liquid, he grinds it a lot to get it that way. Some pigments some pigments liquefy quicker under grinding than others, and some pigments like the cadmium red's one of them, where it takes you 4 or 5 times to get it liquid, whereas like I think the lead white, at least that I was grinding over in Italy, would liquefy a little bit quicker, so you don't need to put a lot of oil into it. So he was very good with the oil pigment ratio and making it just pure pigment. So his paints are higher quality in my opinion. Which I think when you're trying to get the immediate effect, so when you're practice, this is my thing. Like Gamblin oil paint is decent paint. The paints are getting better these days. Like they're constantly getting better. Sometimes, not all the time, because I think Blue Ridge kind of went the opposite way. But if you're just starting, get the cheap paints because you're going to still learn to mix. I'm more concerned, like I take Michael Harding's because I know that paint's going to last. It's not going to yellow as much as others because it doesn't have that filler. It's more high quality. But when you're doing student work, it doesn't matter in the beginning, right? That's my idea with it. Now, if it's really holding you back, like it's such bad paint, you can't, like red's a hard one. Sometimes you have to get a good red. That can be tricky. That Arcane LA Dragon has crazy high pressure all the time. I don't know about Arcane. Gears would know that a little bit better. We've got to get started with this. I mean, look, if it's a good player, of course, but a good player is going to put pressure on you either way. But Arcane, maybe. Actually, we came across a really good one. They put some pressure on it. It was an Arcane sub in 2s, and they demolished us. So you might have something there. That was Saturday morning. I don't know what it is about Saturday morning, but I feel like the best players play then. It's by far it's the hardest, which I welcome, but it is very frustrating. Oof. So when I'm doing this, I'm not just trying to like make it look darker or whatever. I'm actually thinking about the thickness of the paint and trying to scrub it down so that it's an optimal surface for me to paint on at this stage. I wouldn't be doing this later on when I've already built the paint up to how I want it, but this is all about the drawing right now. So I'm not really concerned about how pretty it looks. I'm more concerned about the placement of everything. And it might not look, well, it probably does look like it. I really haven't put the color into it yet, right? I haven't really pushed the color, started playing color off each other to the degree in which I will. So it's at this is a block-in stage. Now this is day 4. And I'm actually going pretty quick for this, especially considering that this picture that y'all see right below me here, that's what I'm going off of, which is a horrible picture. Don't do that. I don't have a choice. It's dumb. Don't do it. It's get something that you can. Making color up like this is very hard. Not for me because my brain's huge and juicy, but for most people, they can't take it. Okay, Ellie is pretty much lottery with. Elemental is the dumbest thing in the world right now to me. You're on an Ellie right now? Yeah. Yeah. So last week I saw the burst coming, and I was at 70% health, and I was going to the column to line it. Like I saw it coming. And I had 70% health. I blinked away. I was right around, like I was about to go around the corner when everything hit me all at once and it killed me. Everything. I noticed afterwards that I had greater invis pop up. So that would have maybe saved me. And I missed that. But that's okay. Because I noticed it afterwards. Slowly I'll learn to, I was using it. It's a lot to look for. which is why I like that. I mean, this is nerdy stuff, but that is so difficult for me. And I swear it makes me sharper in everything else that I do. Ring around doesn't give slow peels for this movement, slow, ignoring abilities nowadays, right? Exactly. It's tricky. I'm going to go in with the same brush. Just looking at the drawing in general, and then we're going to get to this. Okay. You make a purple, that's what I need. There we go. It's a bit too red. There we go, that should be good. That's it. Got it. You go into the cheeks, so I'm going to grab some of the purple. There we go. I'll push that pretty red, see what that does right now. This is probably too dark. Yeah, that's too dark. It's too saturated. Now let's try that. There we go. Let's try that. That's better. There we go. That's what I want. Now the drawing comes into play. Slow brush stroke. Slow. Go quicker if you go slow. You actually see what you're doing. Where else can we use this? It's too light there. Been playing Feral again. Been Melee is fairly miserable. Yeah, Melee's rough. Unless you have a healer or something with you. Up here. Go. Take this, darken it just a little bit, green it out just some. So you think about how light or dark something is, and then the color. That's why I do the secondary colors quickly. Place that color in without having to mix. Take all day to mix. Think about the consistency, so don't add too much oil. Think about where it's going to be placed and then place it. That's the drawing. And then see where this comes up here. So I'll try to find 2 or 3 places where it matches. This will be a little bit redder. And top. And I can always put the variation in later. I don't need to always just leave it there. Step back, see the whole thing at once. Drawing. That's what we do. Now I have to heal tonight. So the bet that I made with Sloan was if my post, I made a post, and if it was flagged and removed before the time we played last week, which was obviously we didn't play, but before 8:30 on Monday, then I would have to heal, which I knew it was going to happen because people hate me on there. So that wasn't a surprise. Now, if I had won, he would have had to have played arena with me. Which would have been a lot of punishment for him. You're never going to heal again? PFX, you're speaking like from 10 years ago or 15 or whatever, however long it's been. The game's really different now. Purple. Maria, you're always the one eating CC, and you're just hoping for a window to pop out some heals basically all the time. It's something, yeah. It's rough. It is rough. I agree with that. Being healed in arena is like going on a camping trip. Stupid, man. You never come back the same. You're just like rocking back and forth. This is awful. That's actually not inaccurate. It's the dumbest thing ever. It's going on a camping trip with gears. SM, what's up, man? A little bit broken up. So, are you reading on the forums? Is this where you read? Like, how do you keep up with this stuff? I'm just curious. Because I'm not saying you're wrong at all. um, those healers get blamed and everything. Always just tell them to get stuffed. Intuition. No, it's not, man. That's such BS. You're not getting it from intuition. Where are you getting this from? You're reading it from somewhere. Talking to me intuition. Intuition. I can feel it. Maybe he can. Intuition. Oh, man. Okay. No, I watched some arena streams and people talk about their experience. Which streams do you watch? That's what overmodeling looks like. See it? Buenos dias. Excelente trabajo. Thank you. Gracias, Boaz. Thank you very much. I would speak Spanish, but I'm not that great at Spanish. Better at Italian. Shakuri. Your pelotonnitis ever break too, or are my biceps too big? Your biceps are just too big. They'll break eventually, yeah. Especially when you throw them against the wall because you're pissed. I know that firsthand. The problem with healing and shuffle is healer versus healer. 3 versus 3 doesn't do shit for you. Ties need to give points for healers. Oh, yeah. Not recently anymore, but that rank 1 Frost DK dude who did the one-shot stuff, some Vinruki, some Peekaboo, and what's his name? Probably you had Zico, you had Zaryu. Somebody say biceps. Did some arm shenanigans last expansion, but I didn't find any streams of that. With this expansion, you just said Warrior sucks. That was 3 months ago. There's some really good warriors that I've come up against, man. I told you we fought Peekaboo. We fought him. We got creamed. It was awful, but we fought him. Fury is decent. Arms is dead. Arms is dead? Okay. I can see that. The Fury Warriors have been pretty solid. Yeah. Some bigger brushes from the forehead. I can go with some rounds. Never really used rounds for the forehead. I'll do some. Peekaboo, he hit us in the 1600s, but it was last expansion. But he's the best, essentially the best rogue in the world. So I didn't play well. I didn't have my contact, or I had contacts because my glasses were being fixed. So for 2 weeks I didn't have glasses. And I can't play with contacts because staring at a screen, my eyes dry up. And my eyes kept on blurring up that match and I couldn't see anything and he killed me. Like, he would have beaten me anyway. But it was like I died much quicker than I should have. I couldn't see what was going on. It was very frustrating. Yeah. No, we didn't stand a chance against him. Not a chance. That guy is essentially the equivalent of Kino from the Matrix when he plays WoW. It's stupid. how do we get matched up, or is it stupid like Overwatch matches? You get none of them are unbeatable at one time or another. I've beaten all of them. Yeah, you're a way better player though, but he's right too. Just need a little RNG on your side. Yeah, it's true. Okay. It's happened once or twice. Zerx and I beat a double rank one time. Granted, they were double DPS. It was a Beastmaster Hunter and an Unholy DK. And this was last season, and we beat them. We were in the 1700s. And we played really good, and we almost lost. And that happened. Then one other time we did something. It was at least another rank one, but it is very difficult. And most of the time, and we have fought a lot of rank ones, and most of the time we just crumble. But we stick with them for a while now. It used to be that we would just get flushed. So, Gears is right. He is right. I'll say it to brag. I just mean this is true. This is true. Yep. He just needs to flex his biceps. And Gingy, what's up, man? It's Randall. It's in Gingy. Join the live stream and listen to Lewis. I know. It's stupid. It is dumb. It is dumb. But you know what? Sometimes you need dumb in your life. And then you appear, and we got it. Yes. Burn, bitch. No, but you're right, Gears. And I will say, like playing in the atmosphere right now, it's very difficult. It's very frustrating, but it makes you much better. It really does. If you stick with it. It's very, very, very difficult. Was dominating Pet Kick a while back, but he played like a puss and ran away and hid most of the game unless he had cooldowns. Who is that? I don't know who that is. You got that? It's harder being in twos than Sidu or Pico or any of them. He's an Unholy DK and gets rank 1 even when DKs suck. Yeah. Okay. Pet Kick. That's his name? Okay. Probably should have, but I've never heard of him. You can still spam Necros. I didn't see any of that. Kind of unify some of this stuff. It's not looking too good. He's not a tournament player, and he doesn't do as well in 3. He spends all day doing 2s. He had like 9 of the top 10 Unholy DKs, and damn. That's his thing, huh? It's kind of like me and Mage. I don't play in the tournaments, but I've always taken the top place year after year. Several top places, top 10 actually, in Mage. Despite Zerk's holding me back. Shit. Only top place in our hearts. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take something. I need to take something. Tournament's too easy for Juice Lord. The Juice Lord. Where you come up with? These are good names, man. In fact, in the Varnish video, I'm editing that, but I think I introduced myself as the 1200 Pump Lord in it. You come up with good names, man. Oh, QFX, were you the one, or was it Anti-Champion who was asking about the gentleman who came to my class once and never came back? Can say I'm making those up, but I like them. Gotcha. Still, keep putting them out. Just say you're making them up. Just take credit for it. I announced myself as the 14th best warrior in BSG. I think it's catching the 14th. Nice, man. Oh, by the way, that video that is at 76K views, the one about the cheating. Oh, that guy's coming. No, then it must have been Anti-Champion because this guy says he's going to come this week, which is going to be good for the class. So we'll see if he does. You're talking about painting sausage. Not the model. One of the guys who's drawing in class. Actually, I think we do have a male model this week. Which is going to be good. It's good to switch it up. Bad. Ah. Enough with the camping bullshit. Are his biceps bigger than mine? No. No, Gears. You're fine. There's no threat to your biceps. Whose biceps? Let's get down to business. Biceps bigger than mine. Call them the seps. Even though you have the quadriceps, you have the triceps, but we know what you mean when we say seps. Shit. That's wrong. QFX has been talking about camping a lot recently. Talk to him. I'm not in a part of this conversation. Yeah. Gears, you're fine. You're fine. Your seps are fine, okay? Your seps aren't under threat right now. Your seps shouldn't be drawing aggro right now. Let me check my text really quick. Make sure we're good. Make sure nobody needs me at home. This might be too dark. I'm actually going to bring it over this way. Oh. Here's the seps. I heard when he pops cooldowns, his mouse explodes. Stupid, man. His mouse explodes. The one thing I learned about streamers is if you shake the mouse really quick to make your camera move really fast, you get higher DPS. We're going camping? It's one of those things that was never funny, but y'all laugh about it every single time. Every stream. For like a month. It's the dumbest thing ever. Really pushing the cools here. Bring it in here. That's way too cool. So if you want to cap conquest points like 20K, you basically need someone to carry you in arena to get in a reasonable time frame, right? I can do that for you, honestly. Yeah, but it's not really, you wouldn't be carried. You can still get it. I mean, you might not be up in the 17s, but you can still get it in the 14s and 15s and stuff if you're not used to it. I mean, you know, you're still getting close to a 50% win rate potentially. Yeah. I would do that. I would play with you. I got one of my friends, because and also we have. I mean, we could get a group of threes. Threes is the best. I'm sure Gears would queue up with us. When I played Honor Gear in arenas was really bad, so you would be so. Yeah, but you can. It's viable now. It's not as bad as it's not as much of a disparity as it was. Like the difference between the two, in my opinion, in my expert opinion. Be the paint. Let me smooth this over. Oh, bitch. Slowly glaze it on. Just a little bit. There's a little bit of oil on, so I'm just lightly putting it on. Slowly bring the color up. Guess you can cap and shuffles and have them carry you. But I mean, it's not as bad. Look, things are squished down right now. It's very difficult to play arena, but like you can still. You're just not going to get the very high range, but you'll still cap conquest out easily. The guy I was playing with, he was doing pretty decent. But I've helped my friends before do it. I mean, I'll either heal or I'll DPS. Make it work. It's fun. I enjoy doing it. I know it is very it's very, very difficult for me to do. But I love arena. I really do. And I think it makes me better in everything else that I do because it sharpens your mind. It really does. It's stupid because it's a game, but it really does sharpen your mind because you have to be focused on all these things that just do not come natural. At least to me, they don't. It's very difficult. Very difficult. A lot of things to keep in mind. Playing against people who are very much used to keeping those things in mind, and so you're really challenged. I love it. And then it's very rewarding when you win, especially against somebody that you feel you should have lost to, which that actually happened last week. And it's a great feeling. Now it sucks when it's the other way around. You're like killing somebody and then they just get you at the last second. That happened also last week. Unify this some. Well, in twos, if you cap a DPS, you'll do 0 damage and your bud has to heal. If you cap a DPS, don't know how viable 2 DPS is with one doing 0 damage. But even with the honor gear, you're not doing 0 damage. You're like you're viable. You're still viable. They did a good job. Like, they do some good job with the gameplay and also with the gearing. Gearing, in my opinion, is much better than it was. Yeah. So, oh, too bright. Let's bring this up here though. Nope, that's too bright. I'll just add it to the bright. Layering that paint up just a little bit. Yeah, it is. It is. Coquette's right. It's extremely. It's not like it was before, man. It's not like it was before. It used to be much more difficult. It's yeah, they did buff it. They're trying to get people to get into it easier, and it should. It's how it should be. It shouldn't be. And look, there is advantage to having better gear. Obviously there is, but they brought it a little bit closer together. It's not as bad as it was before. And what they do, they lift the limit of conquests you can get as the season goes on, so you can get unlimited now. There's no cap for it, which is good. Used to cap an arena in RBGs just to get in every week. Now it's like one epic, win a night and some crates and quests. It goes quick. Yeah, there's a lot to do. A lot to do. It should be about skill or lack thereof. Not gear. I agree with that too. That's the thing. I wish you could just get into it, but isn't there some item level shenanigans now? Explain. Item level shenanigans. Like your gear gets adjusted. Yes. So this is actually good because you can go into PvE content. So essentially, I think it's like item level 546 gear that you get, and that's the item level out in the world. But it scales up to like 589 in arena, or any like I think world PvP scuffles, anything like that. PvP, it scales up to that item level. So what that does is when you get gear for PvP, you can take that into PvE, and it's viable in PvE as solid starter gear. And so honor gear obviously is a little bit lower item level than the conquest, but it makes it viable. And so also in PvE, they can take their gear in, and it's a high item level in PvE for PvE, but the stats like versatility is a big one. So they're still viable in PvP, like if you're coming from PvE, but your PvP gear is going to be better for PvP. So it's a perfect way to transition into PvP or the opposite way around, right? I like this. They did a good job with that. They did a good job. They did a good job. So yeah, and it says it on the piece. It says scales to, like, it's all written there, so it's very easy to understand. It's not complex. So I think what's confusing is sometimes you'll have people from PvE. I think it's harder for them actually, because if you're coming from PvE, I don't think it says what your gear scales to. And like in PvP. So PvP, it will say what it scales to and what it is in PvE, and then what it is, but it doesn't do that the other way around. And and one of the things that's confusing is that, like I said, versatility is a big stat in PvP, but it's not good in PvE. So but honestly, it doesn't make that much of a difference. It's a good system. I like it. They did a good job. Might look into some Ellie stuff. Sounds more interesting than Warrior. You would like Ellie right now. It is stupid. It is literally stupid. I saw the burst coming. I think he got, like, I mean, he did. It was an ungodly amount of damage he did. And sometimes, like, that's what Gears is saying. Like, sometimes you just get those crits. I just don't know what's happening in the... I need to look at my head for a second. I need to figure out, because there's not form there. I'm kind of making this up. This is tricky, I'm not going to lie. This is tricky. Yeah, BGs, you would have a blast in them. Pun intended. It, they're insane. They're absolutely insane. And you're a shaman, you can do your grounding totem. It's such a stupid class. I mean, it hits like a truck, a freaking truck. Actually, I like that. That works. I don't know how it looks on stream. In life, it looks pretty decent. You hate totems? Well, shit. Thanks, Jeff. How's it going, man? Yeah, I mean, you should play them. They're fun. I I don't play one, but a lot of people do. So. Ah. Rublev, Jeff, for the texture, buddy. And slowly build this up. It's too light though. That's it. Mm-hmm. You also have Burrow, which saves you the last name. Ciao, M. We're in Italy. You want to speak some Italian? You give me some practice here. Would it help if I spoke Italian? Maybe, maybe not. Don't remember what the anti-fear one is, but that's really good support. I don't know which one that is either, man. I was about to comment on the texture. The texture is looking really good, very classy and elegant. It's hard to tell on stream. It looks on stream. It looks pretty good on stream. Let's see this. It looks okay on stream. It looks okay in real life, but it needs. I'm trying to push it. I'm trying to push past my own limits here. This is probably too light. Actually works. I'm just slowly trying to build this up. Just build it up some. Let's go into this. Trimmer. Y'all have capacitor totem, which is like stupid, does a lot of damage. You have grounding totem. You have the one where actually like roots you. I forget the name of that one. You can tell for the direction of the brush strokes, just yes, but some things are still a little too up, which means that it's just a matter of time. Yeah, I just need to keep on building this up, man. Shit, that's not. It's too dark. Let me do this. I'm actually going to mix some. So this is Rublev here. I'm going to mix some colors with Rublev. Just one right here. Keep going. In dove abiti in Italia? Sono curioso. Devo fare pratico parlare questa lingua perché è la lingua più bella della mia. Va bene? Voglio imparare meglio. Parlavo meglio una volta nella mia vita. Dimmi qualcosa in italiano, amico mio. E grazie essere qui. È buono averti qua. There we go. Need to get the Italian back. Get it back. All right, so we got some Rublev mixtures down here, kind of working between. How do you work your transitions, especially the hue on them? This, like that stuff in there, it's all the things that we practice in drawing. I kind of understand Italian. It sounds like drunk, fancy Spanish. I can see that. Drunk, fancy Spanish. Yeah. There we go. Okay. We got the Rublev, and let me mix this one up some, just a little bit. Just a touch. Get some more Rublev. It's very stringy. Take some of that there. That should do it. There you go. That's what I want. That's solid. Now I can mix between the two. Viterbo, Alto Lazio. Viterbo, Alto Lazio, Southern Tuscany. Bravo. Grazie. Grazie. Abitavo a Firenze quasi 20 anni fa. Kind of understand. Yeah, but I'm talking more about the huge changes. Huge changes as you progress by changing the values. Oh, like going up through here and stuff. I like this texture. I do. The Rublev is good, man. So it's the same thing. I think what you're asking, Jeff, is, I mean, like, how do you work the it's the same. I think about, I'm thinking how light or dark it is, and then I think of the color, which you can say the hue or whatever, right? And then I always try to push that hue a little bit further. Well, modeling by adding form, what's the criteria to judge the colors you need? Because you are also doing some temperature changes. So I try to play color off. So like up around, okay, up around here, I try to cool it, make like some cool areas. Now I have to make this up, but so I'm thinking of how light or dark something is, right? The placement's the drawing. How light or dark something is, that's squinting down, getting the light impression. And then I just add the color to it, and the color I'll push. Now, in here, it's going to be more rosy and reds and stuff, especially around here. Reds around here. Not so red, but like down in here, there's going to be more reds. Or up around here, it's going to be like a little bit green. This normally is blue. This can be blue, it can be green within reason. So it's the field color, right? And so you see me doing this, and I'm pushing the color. Yeah, push the color. Yeah, exactly. And I'm going back and forth with it. So like here, I kind of made it, I want to make this transition going here, but still keep that nose ridge. Because I can't see the form on this. I can't see it. Let me see on me. I might be overthinking this. Because it can work both ways. It just depends on how, okay, I see what's going on. Actually, I was probably right with the value. And so I'm going to go back in with the dark here. And then I'll say, okay, it's going to be about that red, I think. I could push that further, but I think it will look stupid if I do. Now, I don't want this to look flat like it's going in, but I also, so now I'm pushing, you see the color difference right there. I'm thinking about the form. And normally that right there, at least on me, is sharper because I have a very prominent nose bridge. And I'm just going slowly. And I'm also taking some of the paint up underneath, which maybe I shouldn't for that part. There, and I can take some of this down here too. Kind of bring it up. And I'm actually not pressing very hard right now. So now I added some color to that nose, which is playing off this. But I need to bring them a little bit closer together. Not the whole thing, but I could put not some reds in there, but maybe a little bit of red and orange or something. I don't know. We'll see. What else can I do with this? See how it looks around here. Very lightly. And when I'm actually, so I'm looking directly right here as I'm doing this, but then I'll flash my eyes up as I'm still painting this and look right here. So now I'm looking here and painting this. And I'm trying to see all this. So I kind of, and that's something you can't see when I'm painting. That's what I do. You kind of look at the whole thing. Because I have seen some beautiful examples of hues that I can send you later of purples, greens, blues, reds, oranges, yellows, especially in Mancini. You're talking about Leo Mancini and most of the 19th century artists, or is this a different Mancini? Specifically because you are trying to compress the values to show form. Yeah, I mean, I know how I want this to look. It's just, so this is day 4. This is very early for me actually to be working this. So it's actually coming along quite nicely. And that's one of the keys. It's like you have to take your time with it. Antonio Mancini, okay. I was going to say. So I lost some of the form here, so I'm going to come back in and just sharpen that a little bit with the same. I'm going to try to put a brush stroke in because it's a little bit too, I screwed the transition up. So I'm just going to press that in, get that back, step back, fine. Go with that. And then what I'm going to do, actually come in, bring this 1, 2, simplify, and then I'm going to put another mark in there like that, but I'm going to make it lighter. And if I wanted it grayed out, lower chroma, I could do that right there. But I'm just going to add just a touch of red. Just a touch. Scoop up on the brush just as much as I think, and then I'm going to come in here. Slowly wisp it on. But it needs to be more of a brush stroke, so something like that. That doesn't quite work, but I'll keep on working this up. Stepping back. So I need to see, like, up close the brush. I need to see the brush strokes, but I want them to smooth when it gets back here. It needs to make sense. So I'll be correcting a lot of the things that I'm doing. But keeping in mind that I have a warm red right here that's a little bit lighter, I'll bring this up into the nose. It's not the highlight, but this part right here. I'm going to try to make a separate value right there. And then I can always go back in with the highlight over it. You can maybe use a mirror and use your own skin for color. That's exactly what I'm doing. I got the mirror right here. And I have also, like, to flip, I know what you meant by the mirror. Yeah, I have a mirror right here that y'all can't see that I'm looking into. Every once in a while. That's a good idea, though, Shakari. So, I mean, like, this takes me some time to do, especially when I don't have it. It's a black and white photo. The drawing's off. I've changed the face. The face is different. Really hope he doesn't make me change it to whatever it was. If I have to, I'm gonna do that. Get form in there. Let's work that cheek some. And what's your biggest advice to not lose chroma while mixing or to push? Is to always go back to your palette. Most of the time you lose chroma because you mix it too much and you're lazy about what's on your brush. So this is strategic. I don't need this brush right now. This was for the background. I've kept the brushes simple. Okay? For the larger brushes, I could be doing filberts, but I just went rounds just because I don't do rounds that much. So I have 2 rounds, one light, one a little bit darker, within the range that I'm painting, which is around right here. And just constantly go back and slow yourself down and go back to your palette. Do 1 or 2 strokes on the painting and then come back and get fresh paint. Paint control, that's it. And think about it. Practice. That's what I would do. That's it. This for down here. Such an idiot. This is jokes, guys. $2.4K. So like here, I'm thinking, okay, I can easily, like, what can I do? Let's try to push the blues and see how it looks, right? So I'm going to come in here. I find that the cobalt is working quite nicely, and I'm going to bring some in here, and it's going to bring the value down some, so we can go and put it into places like around here. Let's see how that works. So now if we're looking, using the technique, I'm looking directly right here. Now, at the same time, as I'm painting this right now, now I'm flashing my eye up and looking at this whole thing and taking this in and seeing how it's affecting it. Let's push that a little bit more, okay? And look, I'm going slowly, and I'm not trying to get an immediate result where this thing's done and it's fully perfect and this and that. I built up to this point right here. Something like that. Now, you don't want to fill the whole area. You want to go, like, use small pieces. And where else might this be? Could have a little bit right around here. Something like that. And then maybe I might bring this up. This might not work. Up around here just a little bit. Just touch it up. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But now we've brought the color up in places where we think it could work. It's cooled. We really pushed it, and we can take it away if we want. Right? So this is how I work it. You stroked a Mythic Plus. Do LAs have that thunder shit that would knock everything? Oh yeah, they do. Yeah. They also have this what's it called? Gears, what's it called? It grounds. It doesn't ground. It's not the trapping one. It's the one that kind of keeps you within a ring. I forget the name of it. Which you can kill these pretty quick, but and they can bring it over and you can spec to knock back or something. What's this mom spec knock up? That was good. That was a good one. I'll give you that. That was a good one, Gears. That was good. Static field, yeah. Static field totem. That one. It's very annoying. But I think they have more paths to consequences. It traps people inside it, then you can move. Yeah, you can move the totem. And you can kill it in like one shot, but you have to select it first and I'm not sure if the average player knows they can kill it. Like, I remember when it first came out, I just stood in it like an idiot. All right, so this is too light. That's too light right there. We're gonna make that transition go up into it. So that Jeff, this is what I'm talking about. This transition right here, right? I was using, this is the brush right here. So I want it to be cool. Let's darken it a little bit. Darken it a little bit. Let's try that. Not that much. Drawing. Then we'll go back in with the dark, but I need a darker brush because these brushes are kind of light. So go with the darker. We're going with larger brushes than we think. It kind of works, but not really. So I thin this out when I oil it out. In fact, what I could do too, here's another technique. You can take this and just fade that into it just a little bit, soften that. But I like going in and making actual brush stroke with the paint. Right? So we're going to come in something like that. Very lightly. Fade that down. Now, to me, it's a nice smooth transition, but I lost the form there, but that might work in an area like that. But that's a little bit cooler going down, then we can just work this transition to make it a little bit smoother. But you want brush stroke, so it's a back and forth with it. I don't think Jeff's here anymore. There's some line of sight requirements now, but you need... Oh yeah, people behind this. Place them behind some pillars so you can't... Yeah. I mean, it's really good if you can, like, if you can take a healer. Okay, so one time I got knocked back. I got knocked back out of the fight, away from the healer, or away. I was the healer. I got knocked back, and he was in between me and my DPS, who didn't know where I was. I got knocked back, and then I got tethered in the back. It took me a while to get back, and so it's stuff like that. It's good utility. Thanks, Jeff. Yeah. It can be frustrating. Okay. It's too big. It's too bright. Corey Shaw. That was it. A more diabolical brown. I was kind of thinking that. You put it into words. It becomes more diabolical the longer you paint because you can't get any. It's starting to become your enemy. Down at 100% peasant. At 100 peasant painters. You'll never get my likeness. I'm going to get it. I have very rough starts with things constantly. Constantly. It's just how it is, man. Have you ever tried Rosemary and Company brushes? Yes. And I like them. They're very good. They have a wide variety of brushes. And that's the thing with brush. Okay, as long as they last, if you're taking care of them, right? That's my thing. Because you can make something work. It could be too soft or too bristly, but you can find something that you need a brush that's soft or something very strong and bristly, right? You can make it work. So I love Rosemary and Company. This might be too dark. No, this is actually good because this is what I mixed it for. I'm trying to shape. There we go. Just trying to get a little bit of definition. This might be too light. I'm gonna darken it just a little. There we go. Increase the chroma level, bring it up, the light up just a little bit. That's what I want. Here, chroma level up, touch of light. Let's try that. The mirror trick was priceless. Have to remember to do that when I am comparing likeness to the source. Do you ever do that with a live model? Definitely. That's what we're taught to do. And you also have the black mirror. And this is actually, and you can use your iPhone for this now. But this is a welding plate. It's actually, you can see through it, but it's so dense that I can't see through anything through it here. But this will flip the image, but it will also help you to see the light values a little bit better. So, you know, when you squint, it unifies the light and dark values. That does it for you. Welding plates, right? Welders' masks have those plates. They need it to be very dark. And they don't look transparent. They catch more reflection inside. You have options now in the passive tree. So my models never show up no matter how much I offer to pay them. Yeah, Corey. Yeah. All right, so this brush, I brought the value up, the light value up some, and I brought the chroma up. Now I'm just trying to make the solid brush strokes, and so I'll have to really, this is a back and forth process for me. Let's bring some of this up. I think this is probably going to be too dark. Well, there's some color up there. That's quite nice color, but it is a little bit too dark for that. Let's bring it over here, which should be better for over here. But I don't know. That's too light. I don't like it. Let's see how it looks over here. It's okay. This is solid work today. We're getting some solid work done. Guys, let me rest my eyes just for a second, like a minute. Just rest my eyes for a minute from the painting. What I'm going to do, I'm going to flip it upside down. I just need a quick break. I've been painting for not that long, but almost 2 hours. But you should be taking breaks every 20 minutes. This is the first one I've taken. I'll just flip this here. 1 second. I'll put the camera down. This helps to see it differently too. It's okay. It's coming along. I just need to keep building it up. It's a little bit too green in areas. Want it a little bit softer. So probably some more purple will do it. It looks different even in the stream, you can see. So we also have this painting right here, which I am going to be working on, but my client's been asking about this. That's why I need to get this going, but this is the one I'm talking about, which this is, how long? 2 days or something? But we got the drawing. So this person's 12 in it. But it's also from an old photograph back in the early 1900s. So it's going to be a challenge. One second, then I'll put it right back up and get right back into the painting. I just need to not look at it for a second. And so, I mean, y'all let me know if you want me to put music on. Twitch, I had it set up where I could play the popular music and I wouldn't get in trouble for it because of a technical thing that we do over there. I don't have the option to do that technical thing here on YouTube, so I'd have to play music, royalty-free music, which in my opinion sucks. Especially when it's like I played it last stream, I play it every once in a while. It's not good music in my opinion. It's not as catchy. So, it's just how it is. But if y'all want to listen to music or something, just let me know. I figure you can always listen to what you want to listen to on the stream. Like, it's probably better that way because most of y'all are on your computers, I would imagine. Maybe on your phones, but you can listen to whatever you want. Maybe Pornhub has better live control. Why don't you check your premium account and tell us? Gears. Sing your own songs like a real man. Real men can't sing. That's what I'm gonna say. All right, let's get back to it. I'm ready. Put the camera up. Hang on a second. I have music playing right here. I wish I could play it for you guys. Hopefully they'll change it one day. What it was on Twitch. A VOD is essentially, one second, my iPad's about to run out of battery, so let me get a cord for it. On Twitch, you have what's called a VOD, which is the video goes over to you're able to watch it on Twitch. It's recorded onto Twitch. So that music is what gets you in trouble. It's not during the actual live stream that gets you in trouble. It's the music on the VOD that gets here. Give me a second. We'll get this back. So OBS, the program that we use to live stream with, there's an option to separate your voice channels or the audio channels. And so it would separate the VOD channel from the actual live stream channel meaning that I could make it so that the music did not record on the VOD. But I don't have that option for YouTube, and YouTube, I'll get in trouble for it. That's the problem. Maybe there's a solution for it. What did you say? Premium, yeah. Sing your own songs. I don't know if it's premium or not, but most of those places I would imagine. Ari Da Vinci sang and played instruments too because somehow he could do. He could. He was either die a hero or live long enough to comment videos. Oh, stupid man. Wait. So stupid. There it is. By design, y'all don't see the setup around here because it is dumb. Jonas, what's up, man? How are you doing? Doing great, man. Thank you. The dude model? No, no, just somebody like one of the guys who was in our class before is coming back, which is going to be good. But we also do have a male model coming in. It's the first time. No, it's not the first time we've had a male model in here. It's funny I had to think about that. I did, but. That's not it. Finally, some buff bro for Brian. He's not gay. He's not gay, but he. Yeah, we've been through this. That was a good one. Good. You and Gears are on fire today. Y'all are doing good. I'm pleased with y'all's cut downs. They're pretty good. Shit. I am being dumb right now. Give me a second. Got him. part of the model survey. What's your sexual preference? Because I got both parts. It's so stupid. Nobody ever models for us. I think fat people are easier to draw because you can't see the endless complicated muscles on them. That's why they're harder to draw. I have a hard time with them. Am I butchering the eyes? Yes. Am I panicking? No. I'm not gonna panic. Time to look at my eyes. Damn it. It's nothing like what's up there. Probably doesn't look good. Looks weird. How many classes before I can start on that one, sir? As much as I like the beautiful people, I do find the fat people drawings more interesting somehow. Not hanging, it's just fascinating form. I can see that. Yeah. I had one where I was stuck. I could not get them in a position that was comfortable for them, and so I literally spent probably 15 minutes rolling towels up and shoving them underneath like folds in their back. It was a seated pose. And so they would say a little over to the left, and I would have to roll a towel up and shove it in there and lodge it in so they were comfortable. It was disgusting. Never going to do that again. Doesn't always happen. It happened that time. Didn't foresee that coming when I woke up that morning. Right. That needs more form up in here. Tried very hard to forget that. Gears like some thick. I think people who are too beautiful are a little boring to draw. There's people who mostly draw old folks for the folds. I can see that. Delicious folds. The delicious folds. That's how I advertise. I say looking for somebody with folds. Send pic. You won't believe how many people offered to send me pictures of themselves. And I was a gentleman and said, no, I don't need that. That's not necessary. And I still got some. I'm just saying. Still got some. Might have been a wrong move. Put the light down some. I'm trying to look at the whole thing. I'm working too much up, too up close. Sorry, my English goes. Keep sending you my pics, but you seem to have blocked me. We shared your Instagram handle on here. What more do you want? Beautiful fold people. The fold filter. Is it true that, wait, did we go over this here? That now the preference for women is like really thick? Is that what it is today? I think we were talking about this on the stream at one point. That's my light brush. Why am I going in with the mid to, wait, what brush is, damn it. Curvy? Curvy's always been in. I'm talking about like Pixar thick. Now it's very thin again. When did that change? Like last week? I don't know about thick, but healthy is nice. Healthy is nice. I prefer healthy. Wasn't the Kardashians did something, right? Were they responsible for this? Wait a second. Focus. You guys are messing me up as usual. As usual. Okay. Calculations. That should be a little bit lighter. It is lighter. Let's get a little bit lighter than that. And add some yellow. Touch of that. Should do it. Bitch. Got it. Honestly, I think it's just that there is room for multiple body types nowadays. 90s was all about the seeing the bones. Was it? With the, maybe I'm just disconnected from all this. With the Ozempic trends, I don't know what that word means. I like skinny, maybe that's why I'm saying nobody's skinny anymore. We need to bring back Snickers. You don't like a deuce and a half? I like, yeah. How's that? It's looking okay. That's not. Ozempic is the weight loss drug everybody's on now? Really? That doesn't sound healthy. Snap into a Slim Jim? Oh yeah, I remember that. Ozempic? Is Ozempic not healthy or is it healthy? This might be too light. It is too light. Oh, but I like the pearly look, but it's too light. With diabetes. It was originally developed for diabetes, but basically just makes you feel full after eating less. It's a little bit too prominent, isn't it? but I think that's the value that I want. I just think values around here just need to lighten up a little bit. Okay, I see something. I'm gonna darken this some. Add some red. Just a little bit. Bring this down. All right. And then this is actually going to drop some. That's going to be darker there. Ah. Cigarettes to lose weight. You misspelled cigarettes, though. Real men smoke cigarettes with an S to lose weight. And have real men smoke. What happened to eating toilet paper? Wow. Wait. Okay. This is eating toilet paper eating toilet paper to feel full was a thing at one point. It can have crazy side effects. I'm taking Wegovy right now, which is basically the same thing, but with a focus more on weight loss. Real men smoke cigarettes to lose weight. Aside from the side effects, some people get only downsides I've heard are purely fear-mongering, though. Seems like a pretty huge win for weight loss. I don't trust any of this, but you basically need to take it forever or you feel hungry. I smoked for 20 years. That's what got me in this mess. SM. Quit smoking, replace it with food. That's what happened to my mom, too. She's like, I'm a smoker or I'm fat. That's rough. Ballerinas did that stuff? You're talking about the Wegovy? Ooh. Wegovy. You know what you could do? Just drink a bunch of lemon water before you, like in the mornings or before meals or something will help. That'll take away your hunger pretty fast. If you can do it. Yeah, if you stop taking it, your appetite goes back to normal. So most people gain the weight back. Can't believe you criticize my perfect my perfect English. All right. Focus. Don't let these idiots fool you. All right. I got this brush out for oh yes. Work the transition up in here, which I shall do very easily, in fact. That should be it if my calculations are correct, and they always are. Boom, bitch. Bring that down some. There's a piece that kind of pops up there. Oh, not like that. There. And then there's normally something like that. I'll have to make this lighter, but whatever. Darker. Take that. That's fine for now. Whatever. Whatever, bruh. Bruh. But my perspective is exercising while you're grossly overweight is really difficult. If you take that Ozempic to lose the weight while you gradually work in exercise to wean yourself off eventually. It takes discipline. I can imagine it's hard. You can get the best of both worlds. I haven't started exercising yet and down to 15 pounds in 6 weeks. That's pretty good, man. Yeah, good. Imagine it's like that stuff that helps you to sleep, but when you take it for a while, it eventually gets harder to fall asleep without it. You get addicted to it. You get dependent upon it. So how much of a pain in the ass is this for you to do in color when the photo is in black and white? Hammy, how's it going, Hammy? It's tough, but it's not as bad as I think. I've gotten a lot of practice, and so it's like, I don't know. I'm doing a decent job with this painting, actually. I think because I'm just so happy to be doing a portrait and not like a house, which I do have another commission with, but I think my happiness is making me able to do this right now. This is a good question. This is too light, I bet. Yeah, that's way too light. The house army. Yeah. And it's going to be the worst one of all of them. I'll tell you in a second. Okay. I don't think there's any dependency associated with Ozempic, though it could be, you could be wrong, but there's none that you've heard of. Finally got my sound back. Oh, shoot. No, they said you can come right off if you need to. Your Patreon got this. That guy can't possibly have any wall space left for art in his house. I am very fortunate to have him. I would be dead in a ditch without him. But so he wants me to paint a building, and it was like an old shop of where they used to work, and I don't remember the details of it. I just remember it's this drab brick building. It looks like it's at least the houses that he's had me paint, they're pretty houses. They're historic. This just looks like a broken down brick building. It's going to be horrible, and it's brick, and it's like, it's brick. It's brick. Which is hard to paint. I have a hard time with that. And this, I can't make it that rustic brick and get them, like, It's gonna be horrible, horrible. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Um, he just stacks your paintings in his shed. So one of the paintings his wife didn't like, and so there's like a flight of steps. It's like it's this wide, and she put it like in. It's a high ceiling going up, and so they put it in like in the flight of steps where you can't even see it if you looked. Like you'd have to go up against the wall like this, and the painting's here, going up like that. Like this is how you. It was, and that wasn't my fault. He made me paint him in a kilt with Loch Lomond behind him, with all his Vietnam medals, and a sports jacket. He was in a kilt. And she was embarrassed and angry. That wasn't my fault. And you know what? I'm glad, because I didn't want anybody to see it. Here's the thing. I have so many paintings that nobody will ever see. This one's not going to be, this is going to be good though. This is going to be good. This is going to be good. But we got a lot of work to do on it. What was I doing? This. What was I working on? I'm losing my mind. I was working up in here, wasn't I? Yep. All right, ci si vede, M. Ci si vede. La prossima volta che vieni, dimmi qualcosa in italiano, va bene? Ho bisogno di parlare più. Ok? Voglio fare. That brick two-story house you painted before, that was cool. Yeah, that wasn't that bad. And I'm starting to get the hang of the houses. You know? Wait, who's losing her? My boss takes it. She said she couldn't get a refill in time once, so she lost her mind over. She's losing her. Collecting them so they're worth 10% more in 500. Oh yeah, yeah. Anyway. How do you say in Italian? I tried to get to 1800 for 2 months now. Okay. Ho trovato a tenere 1800 per 2 mesi ora, I think, but that's very broken up. I have to get in the Italian mind. I'm not in the Italian mindset. In arena. Arena. Thank you. Nell'arena. Nel mondo di Warcraft. This is stupid. This is the dumbest thing ever. I know what you did, by the way. I wasn't just blindly translating. I know what you did, but I was genuinely curious if I could say that. So stupid, man. On the Brick 2 story, you added texture to the grass, but you weren't sure if you'd like that. Did he ever mention it? No, he didn't. I did that pretty solid though. In fact, I think he had me add some foliage on the fence. I think he had me add some, because he liked the foliage. It's that wild, wild look. That's the thing. Sometimes it doesn't make sense. It made me mow the lawn in that one painting years ago, but then this they didn't, which is good. Why does everything sound so beautiful in Italian? It's just a better language, man. So, and I'm speaking it, it doesn't sound great. And it sounds decent probably, but so you hear an Italian speaking, especially a chick? Oh, I am not focused today. Ah, this was it. So always go back to your palette, get the color you want. You should post a finished pic of that one on Discord. I never saw the finished product. I can do that because that one I'm not like I'm pleased. That's the thing. Some of them I'm pleased with. The most recent paintings I've kind of ever since I started streaming, I've gotten a lot of my skill back in painting, which it kind of dropped because I was by myself for so long. But like I've gotten a lot of it back, and so the paintings are starting to look better. And that's because people hold me accountable. They're like, you got to get form, you got to do this, and I'm talking about it, and so it makes you better. When you're by yourself, like when I'm by myself, I start coming up, like I start making these, I start forming bad habits. Okay. Better find some teas. You should post the finish and say, you found skill is it in the room with us. Screw you guys. You're always just tag teaming each other. Y'all are probably so stupid. That's the best comeback I have right now. Just get off my back. I'm trying to focus. Another butt for chair. That's a nice one. Hello, Mr. Another butt for chair. How are you? There's find some for tea. Only way he doesn't die in arena is if he's spectating. Shut up. We almost hit 18. Did we? No, we didn't. We almost got it though on Saturday before we got knocked down to 1724. Yes, I know that it is 24 specifically. It's ingrained in my cerebral cortex. It's awful. So hard. That's what she said. Good, man. Awesome. When I'm not in block. If I ever get block off. Died once or twice because I didn't. Saving block for next year. It does feel that the one thing that gets me angry at myself is when I don't block. That it really does. That's frustrating. There's a man being painted. This is Peter Mood, which is the great grandfather of my client who wants me to paint this. So, yeah. Aside from that, I should know, but I don't. Because I don't look into that. I'm the talent. Okay? I have secretaries that do that stuff. You can look them up. You can find them on. In fact, I think this picture that I have right here is probably the official one. Sex, yes. You're accurate. You are accurate, QFX. Hey. Zerg's played on his mage. He knows how hard it is. Sometimes that block, if you get kicked in Frost School, you're screwed. Especially today. Today's players, the top players, the rank 1s at 1500. That's not his fault. It's hard to find it on your bars and click if you... I don't click. Oh, you guys are just y'all are just becoming best friends right now, aren't you? Don't you have work to do, Gears? Don't you have a meeting? Old Moody. This is Old Moody. Old Moody. Probably getting a little bit too worked up there. My client, he does want this downplayed. Maybe I'll do that right now. I want to spend a couple of months in my ancestral home of Lucca, Italy, and Tuscany painting. It's beautiful. Yes, it is. Especially Lucca. When you were at 1200, those rank 1s were at 13. Yes, they were. And at 1200, they were. I am not kidding. They were. QFX. Guys, I swear. Bring me down. Bring me down. I deal with such stupidity all times. I'm used to it. It's cool as you. Clicking is fine, buddy. Shut up. I'm not doing. I should be working, but if my boss knew you, he'd probably recommend I stay here and troll you. Screw you. But for sure, I think he just said, at the stroke of midnight, you'll be visited by 3 ghosts. Yeah, he does look like Scrooge, doesn't he? Rank 1s are whatever rating I'm stuck at. It's weird. In your head. Burn. What else you got? Oh, yeah. Here. It's 4 o'clock. I should probably get going soon. Check the old man. Yeah, I need to bring the light up and this up something just a little bit. Want that a little bit fuller. Kind of like my own biceps. Yeah, I said it, Gears. Thanks, but for share, I appreciate it, man. I need everything that I can get. What you subscribe to essentially is me trying to paint and getting attacked the whole time and talking about Warcraft. Not that I'm into it, but they are, so. This is going to be stroking 3 ghosts. You stupid. That's solid. I'm going to use that later. Just, y'all are having fun tag teaming it. Screw you guys. You know? Here I am providing you some wholesome knowledge. And showing you how to paint. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. My biceps are like cooked noodles. You need a... Are they Shikari? So I am purposefully downplaying this. Okay. And then... Dark brush. darker brush. Stupid. Biceps? Did somebody say biceps? QFX, you need to look. Freaking play. All you do is talk shit. That's it. You talk shit, but you don't play. 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 I will help you. I will assist you. I'll be above your pettiness and help you get the rating that you deserve. Easily. I will easily carry you. Pain doesn't grow my biceps. How do you think I have these guns? It's from lifting these constantly painting. That's what it's from. I don't work out or eat healthy. I eat M&Ms all the time. That's all you need to eat. I paint. That's how you get jacked. Women love it. All the Lights by Kanye West. Come on, that is an excellent name. Do you accept payment for the commission before or after completing the work? So this, most of the time it's after. Now, it really depends. Some people do contracts. I don't do contracts. But like, and it depends. Sometimes people, if they want to pay me, I'll say 50% up front and then the rest at the end, right? Which would be the smart thing to do. But most of the people, I just, straight up. Now, if it was for a business or a company or like a hospital or something, I would do 50 up front and then 50, like the rest of the end. Yeah. And if they want to do a contract, we'll do a contract. I'll make sure I didn't just sell the rights to the painting away, which I did once, which was awful. Stupid. I read through it and I missed it. So it's the best part. But yeah, I keep it simple. Keep it simple. But that's the best part. Another, but for sure, got here late. What oil brands are you using? That's a good question. And how did you prep the canvas? And lastly, where is Moody's happy tree? He's sitting on the happy tree. The paints that I'm using right now, I'm using primarily Michael Harding's oil paint and some Blue Ridge oil paint. Blue Ridge Oil Company has some decent paint. I don't like it as much. I used to like them. I don't like them right now as much, so I'm transitioning back to Michael Harding's. And so this is Michael Harding's Kremnitz White. This is Rublev White right here, which I like. I got this because of the texture and wanted to kind of build the face up like in the lights a little bit more. So I thought it would be nice to use this since I don't really use it that much. This, I actually have, like, this is not Michael Harding's. This is Blue Ridge Oil Company. No, this is actually Georgian Oil Paints, which is an old tube that I have, which is not the best paint. That's yellow ochre. It's a mix between the two. This is Michael Harding's Cadmium Red Deep. That's a mixture between the yellow ochre and the ultramarine blue. This ultramarine blue is, I normally use Michael Harding's. That one's Blue Ridge, and then the black is ivory black is Michael Harding's. So, and this I prepared. This is a Home Depot birchwood panel. It is 1/2 inch thick, essentially the length of Gears and QFX's penises combined. And I put Zinsor primer on it, which is oil-based, and which actually works quite nicely. It's just like a regular house primer pretty much, but I prime the wood with it, and then I take some walnut oil and a mixture of ivory black I put some cobalt blue in to help it to dry quicker, and some cadmium red deep, just like I mixed it. It looks like it looked essentially black, and I just took a brush, which this is the brush I use. I use like a big, this is a Princeton synthetic, just with a spring, and I just kind of scrubbed it on and let it dry for about a week, week and a half or so. So that's what happened. That's the best part. Let's face it, I prefer to talk smack than actually play. I want you to play with me though. It'd be fun. I'm not trying to prove a point. I get my ass kicked all the time, but I'm just saying it would be fun. So you know what would be hilarious? Resub, pay rank 1 to pump you. That would be funny. We can hold it over his head forever. Yeah, that would be pretty good if you did that. Got a rank 1 to do that. What's the best exercise for building portraiture skills? Would it still be bar drawing? Yeah. Okay, so portraiture is essentially everything holistically understood, right? You're going for the fundamentals in paint. Like, this is the reason why you start with drawing is because painting is so hard to control. And you're fumbling with the control, you're fumbling with building it up, you're fumbling with color and a wider range of values, because you can get, look, lightest light, boom, bitch, that's lightest light right there. But see, like, and then darkest dark is going to be, you know, I'll just put it down, darkest dark. You have a value range right here that you're working with that you can't get this dark in graphite. So yeah, start with the bar drawings. And then I would do as many pencil drawing studies from real life if you can. If you have a model, a nude model class, preferably one that has long poses. And I'm talking about like 2-3 hour poses. That's ideal. Otherwise, go to the reference section. We have a good one in our Discord, and just do like one of those every day or two. Just do as many drawings as you can. Get your drawing up. And then from there, if you haven't painted before, go in with a grisaille, just black and white. Do a couple of those just to get the, you know, the practice of everything, the feel of the paint. And just, then from there, it's just go in with a limited palette. So it's everything just building up to it. And charcoal too, between painting and graphite, you want to go to the charcoal drawing because that teaches you, that expands your value range. So now you're going for a sense of light and dark, right? You're actually trying to get a light impression. In pencil, you can get a light impression, but not to the extent you can in charcoal. So charcoal, you use that to really understand the light impression. Pencil, you're going through just learning the fundamentals, the basics, developmental process of everything. So yeah, it's everything. And the apex is, well, really, apex is not just portraiture, but figure working on a grand scale of like a scene and stuff. But portraits is up there. So hopefully that helps. I'm trying to catch up. So if one arm is big because of painting, how did the other get big on a repetitive? I know where you're going with this, Shikari. The second I, width, not depth, talking about your penis. That's like what, 36 inches? Don't need length when you got achievements. You stupid man. I got some of that stuff. Yeah. And actually, somebody like on here a couple of years ago told me about that, and I started using it. Now, with the Zinsser primer, it kind of, it's very smooth. I don't know the long-term effect of it, but as long as it sticks in and seals the board, we're okay. I don't think it's going to yellow the paint. I don't think it's going to flake off later on. If it does, then that's a problem. So the long-term effect is more what I'm concerned about. Short-term, it makes it very smooth and almost glassy, and it's not optimal for the initial layer of painting. The paint kind of clumps up more. But now it's normal. Like once you paint on it once, like you can kind of tell on the side here, it's very thin. It kind of clumps up the paint because the surface is just so smooth. So, but it still works. And I think that has to do with it might have to do with me adding to, I think it has to do with the walnut oil. If I went in with more pigment, and maybe if I did just pigment and broke it down with mineral spirits or turpentine, it might not have that smooth like glassy feel to it. That's what it is, because it feels like, yeah, it's just a theory right now that I have. This has been a rough day, hard work. I think I earned a nap. I'll catch. Oh, you had a rough time, Gears. Yeah, he's gone already. All right, back to it. So I'll probably paint for another 5 or 10 minutes, and then I'm just going to call it, because I need to get back home and check on everybody. Change. Give me a second here. But yeah, with portraiture, it's, look, this stuff, I'm trying to get the light impression and get the drawing, and the drawing has to do with the form, the structure of the face and everything, understanding it. And it's everything that you learn, the very basic level of pencil drawing, everything. Like if I'm doing pencil drawing, I'm painting better. Pencil drawing affects my painting more than anything else, right? Because then I'm having to worry less about having to figure the drawing out. It's coming easier to me, and then I can start applying the correct colors and stuff. So I have more, mental energy to focus on color and building the form up if I'm already placing it right. If I'm not placing it right, if I'm constantly correcting myself, then, I'm having a hard time with it. So give me 1 second here, guys. What was that? That. There we go. Okay. We keep on working this thing up, right? Keep on working it up. I don't want to overwork it. If you overwork it, you got to notice that and then go through, scrape it down, resimplify, redraw, reblock in, repaint. One of the keys to painting and anything like this is to always have an out for it. Like if you overdo it, then you know how to fix it, right? And that comes with some time. So I really didn't go into the darks that much. This is as deep as I went right here. I didn't even go down here. But I've mainly been working up around, and you can see around this area right here. And I didn't even go, you see how light I can go here. So I've really, that looks like, like if I cover this up, this part looks like, oh, that's really bright. But when you do that, that gives it some perspective. And to give you even more perspective, check this out. I won't put it on there, but look at this. You can see that better now, see? So if I wanted to, you never want to go straight white. You put a little color in this, and you can put a little accent on there to make it really shine. That's why I keep it down, so I can bring the highlights up later if I want. My reference sucks, so it's hard to tell. Smoody is looking like he is ready to go to dinner date at Queens Victoria. I recently did a Willie Nelson portrait. Cool, man. We have a Discord. Join it and post if you want. People post all the time. We have a lot of good people there too. It's fun. That's really cool. Putting the ear in, working everything else around would also make this look better, but there's a lot of corrections I need to do on the face. I'm going to go into the nose a little bit and just work on the structure there, get the form back, so I've lost it. So check this out. This has, like, this is darkened down. That's actually the white right there, which See right there, you see the difference? But watch what happens when I just put this on, which I'm going to take it back off because this is going to be too light. See? So if I did that, now that really makes it pop. I'm not going to do it. Yeah, there should be, I think I put a link in the subscription below where these good people you're talking about. Definitely not you, man. Jackass. Always messing with my beloved rating number in a game. How dare you? Across the form. Is it across her nose, not up it? There we go. Pull some of that paint off. Careful, you idiot. One thing you gotta worry about is slowly making it light until the whole thing is too light. You gotta think about what you're doing with this stuff. Always messing with my beloved rating. That would be funny if you just got on to and got carried up to like 2.2K. That'd be freaking hilarious. And then just quit again. It's a great idea, actually. Don't do that. I want to play with you, but that'd be funny. Push the chroma. That's probably too much. That I really pushed that, didn't I? Let's go in there. Yeah, thanks, Ancient Champion. There you are. Oh, Ancient Champion, you're the one. So you know that dude who came and drew with us that one time? He's coming back this week, actually. You kept on asking. You're like, is he coming? He's not coming, is he? I guess this is kind of nervous to share your peasantry. Don't be nervous. Don't be nervous. Don't be nervous. You'll quickly find when you get in there we have no standard. QFX proves that every time he posts. Darn bitch. How do you know I want a Warframe art content and 60? That's awesome, man. Watch the VOD, so I better get the famous artist treatment moving forward. This stuff was basically the modern pre-to-Rome, only Bugaro competing. Oh, you didn't ask that? Okay, never mind. Then I don't know who it was. I don't know who it was. They didn't. All right, then forget about it. I'm just psyched to have somebody else in the class because the class is dying. It's freaking dying. Isn't the famous artist treatment being split on and burned for spit on and burned for witchcraft? What are you talking about? What happened? Did I miss something? That's wrong. Very dirt poor, stuff like that. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there's some horror stories out there, I have to say. Eh? Caravaggio used to fight people with swords after painting session. Did he really? I think I broke Discord. I clicked on your link, but I don't. It won't show in my phone Discord app. I don't know. I don't know. Does anybody else know? Won't show it so it doesn't go straight there. Maybe open the app up first. Like open the app up and then see if, and then go back and click on it again. He killed a dude. I heard he killed somebody, but I wasn't sure what, like how. He grabbed my sword real quick for a duel. Shut up just a little bit. Good, good. Okay, now. The paint. Okay, okay. It's looking okay. But he basically painted, and at night he started some shit with his boys, and they fought 4-on-4. So he's actually doing real life arena. Did he really though? Is that what he did? To death sometimes? So he killed more than one person? It's too dark. Wait, why didn't I just take this? There you go. He stabbed someone else who survived, I think, but one dude definitely died and he was wanted by the police. That's why some of his paintings were weird later on. What do you mean weird? Was he always running from the police after that? Did they ever, I mean, did he get in trouble for it? Please don't be too light. Yes. That is too light. Or is it? Another butt chair. Butt for chair. Oh, you're not sure how to do it? Um, let's see. I wonder if there's, I don't know. I don't understand. Maybe you do it off your computer. I don't know. Do y'all know another butt for chair wants to join Discord, but he's having problems on his the app's not coming up or something with it. Like he has the Discord app. He's having technical problems with it, but I don't know how to help him. I mean, he was hiding because he was wanted for murder. I don't know how it ended, but his Goliath beheading painting, it's his head as Goliath and stuff like that. Yeah. But finding a wanted person back then was impossible without pictures, etc. Who knows? That sucks, though. Let's take this up some. I think. Soften. The Discord link doesn't work for me either. The one in like right below, huh? Maybe it's the Discord link. Maybe it's this. Wait, but I've had people joining from it though. That doesn't make any sense. Huh. I got into a general Discord chat. Is that you? It should say Suck It is the Discord channel. Suck It is the Discord channel. It has a picture of my face, except I'm wearing a wig. I know it doesn't sound normal, but it's legit. It's actually what happened. Anyway, there is a general chat, yes. Let's here, let me check. Let me check for you. It's the least I can do. It's loading. What did I just mix? Oh yeah. This should be the perfect color. It's okay. Suck it. General. Imhoot's in here. Ooh, Imhoot. There we go. We got Imhoot. We have another butt for chair. We have, scroll up. Scroll. Nope. Off. It's hard to do this with one hand. And we have straight across bangs. Straight across bangs. That has to be. Who is that? That has to be Sarah. Did I just say hi? Did I? Huh. But I didn't get the app yet, so this could be it. Oh yeah, you need the app. You need the app. Maybe they need more rights to see more channels. Okay. Oh, I think there's a rules section. Go up to the rules section, and maybe there's something that you have to press OK with. It's essentially just saying don't be an idiot. That's my rule. That's it. Or I'll kick you. That's it. What the hell is this? Storage is almost full. I don't know what this is. Oh, OneDrive. Whatever. Don't care. Don't care. Okay. I messed the news up. It's okay. Let's see if we can fix this. Dark brush. Going in. I have it mixed right there. Preemptive. We're just going to go in. We're just going to shape the nose right there. That's a little bit too dark for this. Okay, I can make this work. Squint. Soften that edge just a little bit. It's all about drawing. There we go. That's fine. Whatever. Guys, I'm going to start cleaning up, but I'll keep the stream on for now. I'll keep the stream up. There you get going. I'll keep the stream up while I clean, which 5-10 minutes. Got chat right here. Get my beautiful work up. We can admire it. We got a lot of work done on it today. I'm going to be painting on this week. So I might come in tomorrow and paint. This is not bad, actually, for not having a reference. That's good. But I do need to stop painting before I start screwing this thing up. I think, oh, Sarah, the reason why I think that's her is she cut her hair straight across, and there's somebody in there saying bangs straight across bangs, and so I'm assuming that is her. Now it might not be; it could be anybody. But the bangs have been a big thing. She thought it was a good idea. I think it originated from TikTok. She said this is going to be a good idea, and then she turned herself into a creature akin to some sort of mutant. She was already on the verge of that, but she kind of locked in, right? With that move. What's this? All right. What's this? Oh, that's you? Okay. Okay, that's you. Good. All right, that makes sense. That makes sense. That's a coincidence. That's funny. Good. Okay, got it. I'll try to keep this straight. All of the Lights by Kanye West comes on. I think it's a sexy hairdo. I can see that. Yeah. You can pull it off. You can definitely pull it off. On this chick, it was funny because I'm not used to seeing her that way. But she's pulling it off. You can pull it off. Or you can look like somebody who is aged 20 years. It's just, right. White. Cream-Nut's white. Put that right there. And then Rublev. Yes, Rublev. There we go. Yeah, I've really actually compressed the values on this, which I'm pleased about because see what I can do. This is going to be awesome. I love it when it's like this. I like having this like really bright and then having the face a little bit darker. And then I can kind of pluck some light up from it. It's not going to be like totally white, but it'll be solid. It'll like have a nice glow effect. And that's why I've kind of kept this down. And obviously, like, you know, I kind of keep these edges blurred. Don't do this, by the way, because I'm essentially poisoning myself. But see, I'm immune to it at this point. I've done this so long. But yes, it's going to be a nice effect, and especially when I darken everything else, it's going to bring the light and the face up. It's going to be awesome. So, doesn't Sarah want to model for your Thursday class? Recently, she hasn't had the time, but I'm going to get her back in. She said she'll do it. She just said, actually, I think she said she's taking a break right now, but I think I can get her back in. So I'm going to keep on asking. We need her. Those will be fun classes, man. When she comes, they are fun classes. The stupidest stuff happens in those classes. Oh, by the way, the video I'm releasing, Terry and Brian were being such idiots. It took 3 minutes plus to get into the actual drawing, but I put that out, so I don't know. The video might not do good because of that, but it's going to be an interesting video this week. And I'm not going to do it yet, but I'll start releasing 2 in a week because I have a lot of those videos. It's just a matter of me having enough time to edit them, which I actually am going to go home and edit some. Figure switch it up. Let's put that there too. Oh, bitch. So I might stream tomorrow. Maybe. We'll see. It really depends. But I do want to get a lot of work done on this week in particular. I really want this thing to be in a good place by this weekend. What'd she do? Wait. They didn't get the app yet, so they could be, maybe they need more. Wait a second. Did I miss something? He thinks it's just this. Oh, yeah. Doesn't Sarah want to model? Curry's art juiced. Oh, really? Is she posting? I haven't seen it. I'll have to check. I don't understand this app yet. It is, let me check it really quick. Let me check. What are you doing? Show me your work. Hey, Curry. Oh, wow. Look at this. You painted this. Open in browser. Actually see it. Oh, damn. That's how do you, that's so much stuff. That's so much detail. How do you do that? Like, how are you interested in that? It's good job. That's hard to do. That's a lot of work right there. Wow. Good job, Shakuri. Imhus, can we show other forms of art, or does it need to be paint and sketch? Anything, man. Another butt for chair. There you go. All right, good stuff. All right, you guys. Jeff, my process of homework sketch. I had to do my first digital still. That's a digital still life that Jeff did. It's looking pretty good. That's awesome. That's really awesome. Yeah, he has some good stuff in there. Yeah, and Hoos, if you're on, man, you can post. You can do whatever you want. You can post whatever you want in there. We have, honestly, I want to do some sculpture. I haven't done sculpture in a very long time, and I wasn't trained in sculpture, but I remember the sculptors at the sculpture program at my school, and I would actually teach them drawing. Come in there, teach them drawing, and so I remember a lot of the process, getting the armatures and all that stuff, but I never was able to do it myself. Yeah. Shakuri, yeah, that is a lot of work. That is a lot of work. I'm impressed that you actually went through and took it to a finish, right? It's very meticulous. And I'm not like, I could not, well, I mean, if I had to, but like painting all the individual stuff of this would just drive me crazy. It would drive me insane. It's not something I'm into, but I respect that people can do that. And like one of my friends did something similar to that. I was something else. We can always paint better. We can always do better. So what I do, I will like, so I stopped at a point where I thought it was good for me to stop. I just felt it. But I'm also going to be like thinking about this painting. It's in my head. And thinking about what I could do different and how I'm going to proceed tomorrow. And next painting, you take that experience into it. It takes a lot of portraits to get good at portraits. A lot of work to get good at drawing. It really does. So that's the main thing. Just got to stick with it. Give yourself a lot of time on each piece is a major key. Slowing yourself down and thinking about it. Just putting the time in, man. It's a lot. Give me a second. That was actually my client, and I missed the call, but that's okay. I'll call him in a second after we're done. Another, but for sure. Willie Nelson on your show me your work thread. Yeah, I saw that, man. That was good. Another butt for chair. Yeah, so Shakuri, your stuff is very good. What you can do is, when you squint down, it unifies lights and darks. That's what you need. You need to squint down, unify the lights and darks, and push the darks a little bit, unify them a little bit more, because the midtones are a little bit lacking, and it's a little bit over modeled in some areas because of it, right? And so you just need to, it's about unifying your shadow shapes and organizing the shadow shapes and getting the drawing correct and working the edges and that's essentially it, right? It's drawing, it's the light impressions. Squint down and unify the shadows. But, so like if you got that, and you couple that with your ability to do meticulous work in those types of scenes, you're going to be freaking awesome. It's like anything. It takes time and practice. And I'll say a lot of people, they are afraid to start something because they're afraid of failing. But you can't look at anything in art as failure. Like even when you screw up a painting, right? It's not failure because you're learning from it. That's the mentality you have to have, because otherwise you defeat yourself. Most people, if they don't start or they don't do something because they're afraid, that's 100% chance you're going to fail. That's you're bringing your fears to reality. And so that's why it's important whenever you mess up in your painting, and I mess up all the time, but you turn it into a success. You always take a negative, turn it into a positive, so you're going to learn from it. And it sounds, oh, well, that's corny or whatever, but it's true. And that's how you get better at this stuff. You have to face what you're doing wrong and say, this is wrong. This is wrong, and it's hard. And you might not get it for the first like 10, 15 times, but eventually you're going to start getting it. You know? Every painting you get stuff that you don't even recognize. Sometimes you don't know what you're getting. It's just how it is. You know? Should occur at any time. Now my art looks even worse to me. Thanks. You're welcome, QFX. Anytime, man. Ah, yes. All right, guys. Let's see. Oh, my brushes. So, like with painting and portraits, portraits are so hard, and we learned by doing a lot of nude figure paintings, and of course you have the small face portrait, but we also would do portraits on the side, and they're so hard. They were so hard. They're always difficult to do, and I tend to over paint and over smooth things out sometimes. So I am keeping that weakness in mind going into this, and slowly I've been fixing that in my work. Slowly that's been happening. So and sometimes like I didn't used to be that way, and I developed a bad habit when I was working by myself in here. So getting out and streaming is very good for me because I'm in here by myself. I'm not around other artists. We have Scott and Sue Burdick downstairs, but I never see them. So in other words, like you'll develop bad habits, and when you do, point them out, and then you work on them, hammer them out, and it takes time, and you just have to be patient like that. But you can't be afraid to do this stuff. You know, some people, I don't get nervous painting. And you can screw something up, but that's an opportunity to learn how to fix it, and you have to learn how to fix things. You have to be able to swing this way and swing that way, you know. I heard Scott only opens the door to 1,800 plus players. I'll show you, man. We were 15 rating away, and then we dropped. We were playing ridiculous people. We shouldn't have played then. But we got a lot of practice. Man, we got a lot of practice. We're getting good. We're getting good. We're getting there. We're getting better. Way better than we were. So I'm getting ideas. It's a challenge, I tell you. That's rough. Oh, it can be frustrating. Especially when you do something that you know not to do. I think getting it right rests on a fine line in between not working enough and overworking. I tend to fall off. That's just one of the many things. You're absolutely right, Hammy. And stop playing when you reach 1,800. Because we did it too. No. I'll probably whenever we reach that, we've hit it we've hit it so far every time. This is cutting it close, but I think we'll hit it. But whenever we do, I feel like kind of liberated, and I can kind of go in there and we just joke around, mess around, and oftentimes because of that, we shoot up another 100, which is what happened last season, which was stupid. It's kind of crazy. So no, we keep on playing. You know, don't spend all the money like Rembrandt.
He wasted a lot of it in the beginning. That's what I heard too. Yeah. Um, I mean, look, you know, I have several different mansions that I have to keep up. That money has to go somewhere, you know? I'm an artist. I make all this money up like that, so it's not a big deal for me. These paintings, each one goes for a couple million, you know? And I try to talk them down. They say, no, you deserve this. You're that good. I'm like, okay, fine. But, you know? So, anyway, guys, I got to get going. I have to get going. Thanks for being here. And I will be streaming again this week. At least once, maybe twice, maybe 3 times. Who knows? All right. Y'all are awesome. He's paying search to get him to 18. Just shut up. I'll see you guys. Take care. Stream.